Hi, Susanna.
Hello, hi.
How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Love your dress, by the way.
Thank you so much.
I'm Cindy from The Upcoming, by the way.
Very nice to meet you.
Yeah. So, what drew you to this story?
I grew up loving westerns, but westerns were always a man's world where men were men and it was full of testosterone. And this is a very particular western through a female gaze. Catherine Weldon, this very remarkable true woman, set out from Brooklyn in the 1880s to paint a portrait of Sitting Bull. It was an incredible act of bravery at that time. At a time when women didn't even have the vote and had to do what their father or their husband or their brother told them to do. She was formidable. She set out on her own out west and became politicized and had this remarkable relationship with Sitting Bull. And so the film really is a story of two people without a voice connecting. It's about a meeting of minds and about true freedom, which comes, I think, from being with someone who really understands you as a person.
What was the most challenging part about this film?
It was hard physically. We shot the movie in 31 days. Sometimes the weather was so tough, searing heat. We had to keep the sun off Jessica Chastain with her beautiful porcelain skin. Some days there was crazy wind. I think it was just quite a tough shoot physically to be out in the elements so much.
And how was it working with the cast?
How
was it working with the cast?
Oh, it was wonderful. I mean, to work with actors of this caliber at the top of their game, from Jessica Chastain to Michael Greyeyes, to Sam Rockwell, Kieran Hines, Bill Camp, it's every director's dream. And the thing is, when you have great people, it's like a great tennis match. They raise each other's game and they just get better and better.
Did you have them in mind as you were writing this?
I had Jessica in mind right from the beginning because she's so close to Catherine Weldon. She's a very strong woman who's outspoken politically. So Jessica seemed immediately right. We had a big search for Sitting Bull, and I was so thrilled to find Michael Greyeyes because there's a sensitivity about him and an intelligence and a sense of humor. And I think he's a very remarkable actor who I'm so happy to have found. There are two big takeaways, I think, from this movie. First of all, the issues behind the film haven't gone away. At the time we had created our 48s and our Standing Rock, there were the Dakota pipeline protests going on in real Standing Rock. The issues for that community have not gone away, and it would be nice for history to move forward in a straight line, not in a circle. And the second thing is an environmental message behind the scenes. I think we have a lot to learn from the traditional way of life of the Sioux Indians, that they lived in harmony with nature. They didn't exploit it. They knew just how much to take and how much to put back. And I think we can really learn from that culture. Well, I grew up loving westerns, but this is a very particular kind of western through a female gaze. Catherine Weldon was a really remarkable woman who set out on her own from Brooklyn in the 1880s to go out west to paint a portrait of Sitting Bull, and then became politicized and started campaigning for Native American land rights. So it's a forgotten piece of history, an important piece of history, and I wanted to tell that story. The shoot was amazing. It was so beautiful shooting in New Mexico. It was fast and furious. We shot the movie in 31 days, which is not long for this type of film. But to have that caliber of cast, the level of Jessica Chastain, Michael Greyeyes, Sam Rockwell, Kieran Hines, Jessica Spencer, I was completely blessed in the team of actors I had on the movie. I'm so excited to be a part of this Tribeca Film Festival where 46% of the movies are directed by women. I feel like, wow, suddenly the playing field is a level one and voices are being heard, and it's a totally thrilling moment in cinema history, I think. Have your voice heard, speak up, now is your moment. It means everything to me to have the film at Tribeca. It was the place that Catherine Weldon set out on her journey. She went from Brooklyn in the 1880s to the Dakotas, so it's wonderful to really let her voice finally be heard. but most importantly, I think it feels like a very, very big moment to have a film festival where 46% of the movies are directed by women, and I feel completely privileged to be a part of that.